Good evening, I hope everyone's well today and going to enjoy the Easter weekend. Unfortunately, I can't because my employer thinks that it's not important that Christians get Easter off, so I'll be working, unfortunately. On to the point of the video. The monarch, His Majesty, the King, has had some criticism today about his Christmas address, his message that he's put out for Easter, and acknowledging other religions in the broadcast, specifically Judaism and Islam. The online commentariat are quite upset about it, as you can see from this post from Queen Nathalie. They're trying to drive us into civil unrest, don't fall for it. King Charles praises Islam and Judaism in the Easter message. I wouldn't say defend the monarch because there's no defending the indefensible. The Easter message should be about Easter. Let's be clear about that. It shouldn't include references to other faiths. The king may want to style himself defender of faiths, but he is defender of the faith, head of the Church of England. We are a Christian country. The king and the monarchy at large is in a bit of a precarious position, okay? They're dictated to and basically advised on what to say and what to do by the establishments, with rare exceptions, such as the Easter and Christmas message, I believe. But everything that the monarch puts out is put through Downing Street. So as I previously said regarding Christmas broadcasts, it would have been vetted by appropriate channels and the ruling elites would have approved this message. Even if they didn't request the tweaks themselves, they would have approved it. And herein lies the problem. Alright, the monarch is in a bit of a lose-lose situation, and it's something I've made reference to on many occasions. After the English Civil War, Parliament was in charge and basically said, you're there, but you need to do what we say, basically, Parliament. That's basically the deal that was struck. So yes, the king is above it all. Technically, all the king's royal and historical privileges and powers are intact. But the caveat is they are put through the prism of Parliament. Okay. The oath, the coronation oath that the king takes, is to everybody. Not just the government or his government, and not just to the ruling elites, it's to every individual in the country. And this is where the king is continuously getting tripped up. He thinks he's speaking as a mouthpiece for the establishment, when he should be speaking for everybody in the country. Every time the king shows partisanship, one faction or another, and not to every single subject of the crown, they lose some legitimacy and they lose some power. That is why everything should be milquetoast and anodyne where possible. They shouldn't be making sweeping political statements, and they shouldn't be saying things like diversity is a strength, or praising other religions on the biggest days in the Christian calendar. That's right, it's not Christmas, FYI. It's Easter. Easter is the biggest date in the Christian calendar. So when I look at this, it does bother me that he's marking other religions on our religious day. He wasn't doing the same for Eid, and he wasn't doing the same for other religious festivals in the year, Passover or whatnot. He doesn't mention Christianity, so the reverse shouldn't be true. Christianity is the dominant religion in the country by far. The thing with multiculturalism that I've always observed is it seems to be the dominant culture having to withdraw and appease its own excesses and to stem those excesses to appease vocal minorities. That's not the way it works, okay? Or that's not the way it should work. The dominant culture is dominant for a reason. If it doesn't assert itself and remain dominant, eventually, just like in genetics, just like in the evolutionary scale, it will become recessive and it will retreat. This is what we need to guard against, and this is what we need to be mindful of, and that would be my advice to the king. Sir Charles, if you are watching, you're meant to be serving the dominant culture. Yes, the dominant culture. That is the British people, the ethnically British, and the culturally British, and yes, okay, pay lip service to the minorities if you must, but not on Easter. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, give me a like and subscribe. The king needs to be for everybody, and this is his biggest mistake. Have a good afternoon, have a good day, and have a pleasant Easter. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you again.